What's up guys? So I've been thinking a lot about making this video that explains everything that has happened while playing CS, since I feel like there are a lot of lies spread around about me, stuff about banned accounts, connections to cheaters, cheat coders, and stuff like that. In this video I'm just gonna talk about everything so people could maybe understand it from my point of view and maybe stop hating for no reason. So yeah. But I'm not gonna use the cam because I have written down everything and I can't remember it all, so I have to read it, and that's just gonna look weird on cam, if you understand. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna start off with explaining how I got into CS. As a kid, I always saw my cousins play CS 1.6 and Source, and sometimes even would play it from their PC. So after some time, when I was like 9 years old, my dad got me a Steam account where I could play CS from my own computer. At that time, I didn't really know the password of my account, so every time I wanted to log in, I had to ask my dad, and I started playing a lot, which I really enjoyed, obviously. But with that, I started doing a little bit worse at school, so I wasn't always allowed to play. Which brings us to the part where I wanted my own Steam account. I didn't have a credit card yet, so I couldn't really buy CSGO myself. But a friend with who I used to play with back then told me he could buy me a CS as a gift. But in return, I gave him my login details. Like that didn't really matter because the only game I played was CS and he never logged in my account. So yeah. So during this time, I was also really into editing CS source videos, as you can see. From there, I met a guy called Flux, and we started talking about edits and stuff like that, and even played some bugs together later. After some time, me, Flux, and the guy that bought me CS had a fight and were like mad at each other, so he decided to give the login details of my account to Flux, where he obviously cheated on, as they always do when people get a hold of your account, and he got the Overwatch ban on it. Well, Risha Lewis calls Flux a Norwegian cheat coder. Flux was a 12-year-old Norwegian kid, so I'm not gonna believe that he was a cheat coder while he's 12 years old. Like, that's not possible at all. So, here are a couple of forums Richard Lewis linked in one of his articles. And here you can even see someone commenting that he doesn't even know the basics of programming. I know it's just a comment, but yeah, you get it. It's like, just because he knows a couple of things about cheats doesn't really make him a cheat coder. It's like me knowing how to cook something, but that doesn't really make me a chef, right? And I also messaged him to ask him about this. Yes, I still have him in my friend list, but we don't really talk. I just messaged him after Richard Lewis made the video, and now before making this video. Like, in the end, it's just Steam. Like, if you have someone on your Steam friend list, it doesn't mean you're like best friends or anything. So when I was around 15, I bought CSGO myself and decided to start playing FACEIT, where I reached level 10 eventually. After that, I wanted to try out ESEA since people were calling me a cheater on my YouTube videos. So I qualified to rank G after my first 2 months and then was grinding to get rank S. Towards the end of the month, I was really close to qualifying to rank S, and then I like start getting DDoSed a lot of times, as well as my mate Babelicious back then. So I started reporting this to the admins by making tickets about it, as well as posting it on Reddit multiple times. In the end, me and 2 others were banned for being associated in DDoSing for 5 years. My ban was reduced to 1 year after I tried to prove them that I had no association. Obviously, they can't really remove my ban completely because that would give them a bad reputation. And only some people will understand that part. Like, I'm not gonna go further into that. I literally had to contact the founder of ESL to even get the admins to reinvestigate. Like, that pretty much says everything. And to this day, I'm still getting comments about how I'm a DDoSer when that's obviously not true. And you can read more about it on these posts I made. I'll link them in the description because that kinda proves everything. After that, I decided to start playing FACEIT again. While playing FACEIT, I wanted to play qualifiers as well, but nobody wants to play qualifiers with someone that's not using a mic, right? So I would just ask everyone in my friend list if they just wanna play it for fun. So I kept grinding and grinding and eventually qualified to FPLC, where I played for a month and obviously got kicked since I was using a text-to-speech program instead of a mic. Yeah, I tried to play FPLC with TTS, like that's not allowed, but what would you do in my position? I just wanted to play the game at the highest level possible and prove myself. The reason I couldn't use my mic is hard for people to understand, but with 5 people at my home, it's not really appropriate for me to use a mic, especially when they start hating how much I was playing at the time. And if you think I'm lying about this, why did I instantly start using my mic when I moved out then? I couldn't just quit the game there, so I decided to ask someone to call info for me, which was going fine, but obviously it's not a good thing to do. I qualified to FPL after my first full season in FPLC, even played a couple of games in FPL like that. For people wondering how I did that, I just streamed private on Mixer with like 0.5 seconds delay. But then I realized that I can't keep doing this, that it's wrong, so I told the admin about it and even made a tweet about it. So the FPL players voted to bench me, which I was happy with since I could come back when I could use my mic. So during this time, I was getting a lot of hate for everything I did, especially after Richard Lewis criticized me on his show and even made 2 articles about me. Well, in my opinion, what I did in my past was something anyone would do in my position, because I had no other way. If I didn't do that, I would never be able to even play CS full time. And I would have loved it if people would just wait for me to turn 18 and prove myself instead of jumping on the hate bandwagon. But then again, I kinda understand it since they couldn't really know the full story. Anyways, when I turned 18, I was allowed back in FPL by Mikey, but he told me to practice my comms in FPLC for a month first. So I decided to rent an Airbnb for a month, which I paid like 2700 euro for. Yeah, that's a lot for a month. I guess I really wanted to prove myself back then. If I remember correctly, I finished top 2 that month and was allowed back in FPL. Then I decided to rent my own apartment. So now I kept grinding FPL and pugs. I would play a lot of pugs. Even though I was in FPL, I kept playing more normal pugs than FPL. I did that because I believed by playing pugs with friends, my English would improve a lot faster than just playing in FPL with people that I don't really know personally. So most of the time I just played with a couple of friends, mostly Zerk and Tinka. So one day Tinka invited her friend Miki Goali, but apparently he was banned on FACEIT, as you can see. We played a couple of pugs together and thought everything is fine because he obviously wasn't cheating at the time. He was smurfing with a new account, yeah, but wasn't cheating. And I know that was a big mistake by me, obviously. But as you know, I don't really care about elo in FACEIT or getting boosted, which some people are calling me right now. I can say I am one of the best FACEIT buggers in premium at the moment, so no, I didn't really get boosted. I was just playing with a couple of friends. After some time, Tinka didn't want to be friends with him anymore since he started being toxic and he kept arguing about stuff and he was writing shit to her. So we stopped playing with him. Here we are after 8 months of not playing with that guy. I practice every day 8 hours with my team and I'm trying to focus on that as much as I can. Then I found out that he reports himself in order to get Tinka banned, which gets me banned as well for 1 month since I was playing with them. That's pretty fucked up, but he told the admins he was boosting her and stuff like that, which was obviously not true, since they were just friends back then, playing with each other. Also, we were triple queuing most of the time, so I'm the one top fragging almost always. And if I ever saw someone was suspicious when I was playing with him, I would just stop playing with that guy. Like, I don't support cheaters at all. So now I'm gonna let you hear something Richard Lewis said on his show. I know it's odd, but it's something he said and it has a lot of impact, of course. So to this day, I'm still getting hate comments about this stuff that's not true at all.
It's true though.
Yeah, he might have the most unreasonable parents. He still played on 2 VAC banned accounts. He still played on 3 accounts associated with a known cheat coder. Not just a cheater, a cheat coder.
So he said I played on 2 VAC banned accounts, on 3 accounts associated with the known cheat coder. Can I just ask, who the fuck is Vlogs? How can he be known? So to me, he just makes it sound over dramatic.
And he has admitted to having played on these accounts with that belonged to the cheat coder, saying that he just used to share accounts with his friends, and apparently this is all backed up by IPs. The cheat coder's Norwegian. We all know Doc's in Holland, and this is that. But he can't talk on a microphone. When's this motherfucker ever getting to a LAN? Well, when he's 18. You think as if parental influence just has a cut-off point like that. If your parent is the kind of mad deranged cunt that will not let you talk on a microphone, but will buy you a top-level PC with all the latest graphics cards and everything else so you can run Counter-Strike at the highest specifications, why are they just going to like, well, you're 18 now, son. All your life choices are completely valid. I support you. You know? Like, none of it makes sense.
Well, I became 18 and moved out instantly. They don't have to support you, but obviously when you turn 18, you're allowed to make your own choices. And no, I didn't admit to playing on these accounts that belong to the cheat coder. I already explained that in this video earlier. And these two accounts are the only accounts I played on before. And as you can see, this one from 2009 is still not banned.
And if you go through his videos, despite being 17, was playing Source at a competent level and playing against teams like Very Games in 2012, supposedly, if you go off his YouTube channels. Meanwhile, all the videos that were on that YouTube channel were submitted under the name of the guy from Norway who just so happens to be a cheat coder.
Again, he's saying I played on multiple accounts shared with that apparently 12-year-old cheat coder. So he also said I played against Very Games based on my YouTube video. I know he said based on my YouTube video, but look, there was no need to even say that because after watching that video, it's obvious that it's not Very Games. So this kinda looked like he just wanted to shit on me as much as possible.
All up 11 Doc in a 1v1 with the last guys getting spot on tunnels. So Doc, 45 seconds left, putting out a huge nade on the air with the deagle. And he's definitely going to win this round. Look at this. Incredible gameplay by What's Up Doc. What's Up Doc putting out. Oh, he's spotting him, putting out a huge flash. And what the fuck, look at this. He's spot on the right side, but What's Up Doc just waiting with the deagle. He knows what to do on situations like this. And oh, that's brilliant from him. Moving in his back, moving in the back of his enemy. Going for a silent ninja blend, I guess. Oh, he's going for the blend. Oh my god, that's awesome. That's just awesome. Right into the balls of 97.
I guess he was trying to do good for the community again, but if you were me, it would just look like an attack towards me. And I have no idea why he would do that, but yeah. And guys, I don't mean to throw hate towards him. I used to respect him before that, but I'm just saying how it is from my point of view. And I still believe he's doing great work, but this stuff about me was just complete bullshit. Well, that was just it, guys. I really felt like people needed to know how everything was for me. In short, I am just a guy that tried his best in his position to do everything in order to reach his goals. While doing that, of course I made some mistakes. Everyone can make them, but as you can see from my point of view, they weren't that big of a deal at the time. And there will be some people out there calling me a attention seeker probably after this video, but I did this because I'm done reading shitty hate comments that aren't true, and I don't care about those people that won't even try to understand it from my point of view. I'm just doing this for the ones that wanna understand. And I can guarantee you that if there was anyone else in my position hearing all these lies about you, he would just lose his mind and then just insult everyone hard. If you have any unanswered questions, please comment below before hating again. Thank you.